All right, guys, good morning. It is about 10 o'clock on Friday. This is Mr. Kirk reaching out to you guys. If I sound a little bit nasally, that's mainly because I have strep throat. I feel okay, I just sound bad. Um, I'd like to talk to you guys about our goal this year for number sense. It's very, very high. I like to talk about the expectations that come with it as well, and everything that we can do to make our goal a reality this year. So before we get started, all of my returners know what page we're looking at right now. This is BryantHeath.com. At this time, I would like you guys to pause the video and either on another device or on your own device, go to BryantHeath.com. That is Bryant Heath, this guy's name.com. When you do that, it should take you to a page that looks like this. Click on the side, Number Sense Manual. After that, click at the top, Number Sense Tricks Revision A. Once you do that, it should take you to a page that looks like this, which I've already annotated a little bit. Before we jump in, I like to talk to you guys about our keyword this year, which is sacrifice, our expectations, which are very high, and what we can do to meet those goals. So let's talk about this first, sacrifice. I'd like to use a cross-country analogy, mainly because I do have a few cross-country runners in this group this year. A very good high school cross-country team usually has about 15 to 20 runners on it. Why is this important? Well, the first reason that it's important is you have a large pool of people to select from to be a part of your top group, because you don't get to compete with all these people at district. In cross country, you only get to compete with your top 7, and not only that, the top 5 are the only ones that actually get to score for the team. This means that a majority of the kids that put in work don't actually get to contribute to the team score at the end of the year. It stinks for the people that worked hard to make it happen inadvertently, but at the end of the day, the team comes first. That's our model for this year. The team comes first. Sacrifice is our word this year. Why am I bringing up this word? Because number sense works pretty much the same way. This year, I'm actually really excited about this. This year, we have 11 kids that have decided, I want to work hard during the summer. I want to make something awesome happen next year. And I think that's great. Here's the reality that comes with that. I only get to take 6 to district. I don't pick favorites, I pick scores. I'm going to take the top 6 scores in March to district. Not only that, once the district competition happens, only the top 4 scores, which is 3 plus 1 alternate, get to move on past district. This effectively means that 2/3 of the people that are in this group chat are not going to be able to advance past district. Does that stink? I think it stinks. I would love to see how every single one of you guys would be able to compete after district. But the reality is the team comes first, and my hope is that because we get to take 4 and there's 11 of us, that this will make us more competitive to compete for those top spots, and this will make the team better. Now, before I start talking about the manual, I want to talk about how much this team has grown over the last 4 years. It's my understanding that Canadian Number Sense has one district for, I want to say, the past 4 to 5 years. I believe in 2020. I believe as well in 2019 they won it as well. I only started in 2022. But I'd like to paint a picture for how the team has progressed over the last 3 years. 2 years ago, in 2021, at regionals, we got a team score of 80 points, which is respectable. It was a new test for a lot of the kids that were competing at the time. In 2022, which was this past year, we had a regional team score of 240 points. And this effectively almost tripled our score from the previous year, which I think is incredible. Now, let's talk about some of the things that go with that. Yes, we did awesome. The score of the team that won regional this past year was about a team score of 420, roughly. This means that their top 3 scorers, on average, scored roughly 140 points per person. It's a great score. Now, 2023, this is the part that's important. That's this year. And we have the opportunity to make something awesome happen. My goal for us this year is extremely lofty. It's huge. A team score of 500. My returners who understand the format of the test and how much each question is worth, they know that this right here is a high goal. It is not easy, and I am very realistic of that. This is a score that is worthy of winning a state championship, in my opinion. How do you make this happen? Well, I need 3 people, and ideally 1 alternate that could do it as well. 3 people that can score roughly 165 points or better on the test. That is a lot of work. Let's talk about what it takes to get there. On the Number Sense manual page, if you are here, if you look down here, you have high school number sense practice tests. Click on that. It'll take you to a very long list of tests. I'm going to be on test number 1. I'm not going to use the entire test, but I want to give you a glimpse of it as I talk about what it takes to actually make that score happen. For all my returners, and hopefully everyone in this group chat knows what a number sense exam looks like right now. It is organized 1 through 80 questions. You get 10 minutes on the clock to answer as many questions as you can in a row without error. If you get 1 question right, you get 5 points. If you get 1 question wrong, you lose 4 points. So it's a very punishing test that demands accuracy. Let's talk about pacing. Let's say I take this test for the first time this year, and my goal is I want to answer 1 through 10 perfectly in 10 minutes. If you do that, 10 questions should take you 60 seconds per question. That's not too bad. That should be pretty relaxing. But for a new person who doesn't know the tricks yet, this could be difficult. Let's say your goal, if you're a returner right away this summer, is to answer 1 through 20 in 10 minutes or less. If you want to answer 20 questions, you have to be able to answer those questions in 30 seconds or less. If you want to do all of them in 10 minutes. This is where it starts getting hard. What if I want to answer 21 through 30 in 1 through 30 in 10 minutes or less? You have to be able to answer all of these problems in 20 seconds or less. Finally, this is the end goal. This is what it takes to be great for us this year. If you want to answer questions 1 through 40 in 15 seconds or less, if you want to answer 40 questions in 10 minutes, it's going to take you 15 seconds or less to be able to do that. So I want to set the expectation real quick. If you answer 40 questions without error, that is a score of 200 points. So what essentially am I asking you guys this year? The goal this year is answer 40 questions, get 36 of them right. You can afford to skip or miss 4 questions and get them wrong. If you do that, that is a score of 164 points. This score will likely get you to state as an individual, and if we were all able to do this as a team, that would solidify our placing for state as a team. So, How do we make this happen? All of my returners know what I have just said might seem like an impossible feat. I don't think that's true. I think that we have the intelligence in this group to be able to do it. I think that you guys are wicked smart. The only thing that you guys are lacking is experience. In order to be good on this test, this is a keyword right here. This is a tricks test, and the person that knows the most tricks wins. As you guys will see on this table of contents, this is organized from, let's see, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 chapters in this entire thing. A grand total of 150 pages of work. This might look like a lot to do. I promise you, it's not as much as you might think. Here are my goals for this summer. This summer, I would like for us all to get through chapters 1 through the first part of chapter 2 by the end of the summer. And I'll be giving you guys assignments. I'll be breaking this down piece by piece for us. The best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time, and I'll make sure I don't give you guys too much, but I'll be sure to pace us to be able to finish. So, what does a lesson look like? Well, the first lesson is numerical tricks on page 6. Let's scroll down there. A lesson normally looks like this. You have one page that's a lesson, and then you have practice problems that go with it, and the answer keys on the back. And just like that, that's one lesson down. So I might give you guys maybe 3 to 6 lessons per week. That might sound like a lot, but I mean, take a look at, there was one down here. Take a look at 1.22, multiplying by 101 trick. This lesson is less than 1 page long. This lesson might take you 10 minutes, maybe not even that. This lesson might take you 5 minutes. We got another one down here, 1.24. Again, this is way less than half of a page. A very, very short lesson. So I want to kind of put this into perspective. This table of contents might look scary looking. It's really not a lot of work. The hard part is you actually have to sit down and do the work. So how can we be successful this year? My goal is let's finish chapter 1 this summer. Let's do part of chapter 2 this summer. When we come back in the fall, having this base knowledge, my goal is in the fall, finish chapter 2, take the bits and pieces that we need out of chapter 3 that I think are relevant, essentially have this whole entire curriculum done in the fall, and then just focus on the test in the spring. If we do that, I believe that we'll be successful. So here's the last thing I'm going to add, and then I'm going to sign off. I'm going to make a track and field reference because I love track and field. Imagine that this is an oval, not an egg. Imagine that you're running a race, and the race starts here, and you have to run an entire lap around the track, and then you're done. The first person to cross the line wins. How would you feel if you had to start here, and your competition got to start here, or even here, or even up here? If you had to start here on the track, and your competition got to start up here, you would have essentially no shot of winning. Starting up here is essentially like cheating, if you really think about it. That is what I am offering you guys this summer. If you guys go through this entire thing all summer, that is essentially like giving yourself a head start in a race and being able to finish before your opponent can. You have to believe that this will work. I think that we can do this, and I'm motivated for you guys to get started. That is all I have for you guys today. I'm going to reach out to you guys on Monday with your first lesson. And of course, I'd like you guys to type into the group chat and respond with this keyword frog exclamation point, because this is going to confuse a lot of people, just for the fun of it. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you're enjoying your summer. I'll see you guys then.